And welcome to the NAB AFLW Under-18s from Blacktown International Sports Park. Today we have New South Wales ACT taking on Western Australia. And with me I have Shiloh Curtis, AFLW commentator, former All-Australian and footy admin officer. And Libby Sadler, also with me from the GWS Giants, AFLW manager. Welcome, ladies.
Great to be here, and the sun is definitely shining today. It's a beautiful day in Sydney as the umpire holds the ball aloft for the opening bounce of this game.
So New South Wales ACT backing up from last night's game against Queensland with their 3-point loss. So they'll be looking to redeem themselves today. Little handball out the back straight away to Parker. She was fantastic last night. Underneath the ball, Western Australia. They'll be good aerially. They're always pretty tight with that. That's Mackenzie Dowrick. Pops it on the foot to a big congested pack. Good roving out the back there by Zoe Allen. Tried to pick it up just at her toes was Duffy. Pushing into their forward line. Can't control it was Madison Yarran. Recollects, gets the ball again. New South Wales trying to clear it out. It's overrun by Taylor McAuliffe. Pops it on the boot. That's Duffy again. Good positioning by New South Wales ACT. Can't take the grab. Western Australia snap. And that's Susie Rose Deegan, who just puts it through for a behind for the first score for WA.
Well, already then, Jules, we just saw the New South Wales midfield push deep, and obviously Elise Parker then got that mark, almost a mark there, but that allowed the WA midfield to hold out and hold that line. They were +4 up on the 50 and just able to rebound the ball very quickly back inside 50. So New South Wales need to be tighter as they have a shot on goal.
And misses just to the right. That was Madison Yarran.
But again, yeah, they've got to be a little bit tighter. They play a bit more one-on-one football, not allow the open space that WA likes to play.
A very different game from last night. Good conditions here today. It was a bit of a wet weather game last night, and that's a really nice kick by the Western Australians to get their first goal. Can't quite see who that was that kicked the goal, but takes their lead out to 1-8 to no score yet from New South Wales ACT.
Well, it's great to see the girls really celebrating their achievements too there. I mean, you know, you just kicked a goal at the national level of that you can play at the top level that you can play at in this or in Australia for this age group, and really great to see the girls get around her and support each other, and that's what we want to see. You know, we want to see them having fun and enjoying their time together.
Absolutely, really lined herself up well for that goal there. Straighten the hips.
Yeah, really good to see a strong finish, really straightened up, nice and strong through the body, and making sure that goal was absolute. It was an absolute.
Driving it forward again. New South Wales ACT can't quite control it. Parker again. She's going to be heavily tagged today. Zarika, excellent last night again. Slung to the ground. That's Emily Hurley. Tried to clear it for New South Wales ACT and get some advantage on the ground. Maggie Gorham can't pick it up cleanly. Just gets a little handball out the back. Can't control it. Western Australia driving through. Good hands there from New South Wales ACT trying to clear it out. Not paid. Play on, says the umpire. Running out the back was Paige Nash. Looking back inside. Well done. Wrapped up by the Western Australian defence was Jemima Wrigley.
Well, she just tried to do a little bit too much there. Needed to go with that first option and get the ball cleared out into space. So she'll learn from that.
Down the far side, little nudge in the back. The umpire's seen it. Great umpiring there.
It's probably a big nudge in the back.
Well, it was a big one, actually. And so, Elise Parker. Tell us a little bit about Elise Parker, Libby.
Elise is one of our young girls coming up through the program. Great young prospect and prodigy from southern New South Wales.
There's been infringement here. There's a 40-metre penalty, but that's been paid. 40 metres is the penalty length in the youth girls competition rather than the standard 50, but that's just taken, I think that's Jordan Jolliffe a little bit closer to goal, and it's probably within her range, I'd say, Libby.
Yeah, definitely. When Geordie's on, this is well and truly within her range. Beautiful kick.
And gets it. So Jordan Jolliffe puts New South Wales ACT on the scoreboard with their first goal for the match. 1 goal, 0-6-2. Western Australia's 1 goal, 2-8.
So Geordie Jolliffe is a player who plays in I think the Bendigo League, actually, in Victoria, and lives about an hour over the border of New South Wales, and travels 3 hours return to the Bendigo Pioneers. 6 hours return, 3 hours each way to the Bendigo Pioneers. She had a great TAC Cup program earlier this year. Is really developing her football. Still only about 16 or so. So she's got a fair bit of development in her, but she's a great prospect for the Giants, Libby.
Yeah, definitely. Geordie's certainly someone to keep an eye on over the coming years.
Okay, Western Australia through McAuliffe, drive it forward again. Good positioning there from Brianna Tarrant. New South Wales ACT puts it down the far wing, looking for some space. Looks like it's run onto by Emily Maguire. Good body work again there by Western Australia. It's going to be a very different game today. Western Australia have a different style of football to Queensland, Charlotte.
Yeah, they'd like to play a lot more outside football, obviously, and look, that might suit them today, although the fast-moving pace that we saw from New South Wales when they were on yesterday might catch WA, with their space, might catch them a bit on the defensive rebound. So be very different to yesterday's game, but we know that New South Wales are pretty flexible and adaptable to whatever they come across.
So trying to clear the ball out there, Western Australia steals it out the back. That looks like...
It's Hotter.
I think it might have been Hotter, yeah.
With that trademark blistering pace.
Oh, runs back, pushes back into the pack. That's good bravery, but New South Wales ACT come out the other side, but unfortunately put it straight down the throat of Susie Rose Deegan. Great mark in front. Actually, that was Ricky Ryan. And the goal goes to Martina Caradata, one of my favourite players, nicknamed Sonia. We're loving Caradata, and she'd had a great season last year as well.
Yeah, really good to see that she just kept her feet, got to the fall of the contest, and then was able to... She just check-sided it through there. But look, I actually really like the work there of Nikki Steele. She was really good last night for New South Wales, number 18. She was really solid in defence in there behind Delgado Fixter last night, and she had a couple of opportunities, needed to hold on to those marks, but I like her body positioning. She gets that front spot, works really hard. So, disappointing she dropped those marks, but, great finish there from the WA girls as well.
So continuing the ruck, good tap back this time. McAuliffe looking for a midfielder. Can't quite pick it up, just little tap off the ground. Great work there from New South Wales ACT. Cops some heavy hits, but all very legitimate. Tapping out the back, trying to get it out of congestion. Pops it on the boot. Inside 50 again for Western Australia. They've been relentless, can't hold the mark. Comes around the outside. That was Yaron. Intercepted by Breward from New South Wales ACT. Good position in front. Can't grab by New South Wales ACT. Pushes through. Good strength. Tries to find the goal and gets it. Western Australia with their third goal for the game. It takes them to 3 goals to 20 over New South Wales. 1 goal straight 6.
Well, that goal there started with the work of Courtney Hodder through the middle. She kept her feet, she got first bite of it, kept her feet, drew a defender, was able to get the ball out into space, made sure that the ball got tapped out early so they could go forward. And, Hodder's pace, we've already started to see that she really can impact a game. And New South Wales are playing Zarika on her at the moment, and whether that's the right matchup or not, we're not quite sure. We'll keep an eye on that contest, but already Hodder looks exciting in 2017.
So just taking a little while for this ball to come back from that goal. I believe it was Deegan who may have kicked that goal, but we'll check that for you. Still just under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Ground's looking exceptional today as well. Good to have a bit of sunshine.
Always.
Good tap again. Zarika being held, not called. Courtney Hodder in there, helping out as usual. Driving it forward to Western Australia. Good little handoff. Can't quite hit a target. New South Wales ACT try and put it on the boot. Great vision there from the Western Australians. Zarika can't pick it up. It's in there battling. One of the best last night for New South Wales ACT.
Yeah, her heart is just outstanding.
West Australia go for the quick play but haven't gone back past the mark, so are called back. Gives New South Wales time to drop back in defence. And that's a beautiful smother there by New South Wales ACT on Sabrina Duffy's kick.
Well, that was Elise Parker, and at the moment she's playing more of a defensive mid-role, and she's not up in the contest with Zarika, and we talked about how well those two combined last night. So I want to see Parker a bit more in the congestion, actually extracting the ball from the middle here.
It's a good tap down there by Caitlin Hills, moved into doing the ruck work for Western Australia. Outside kick by Matilda Sargent. Can't quite get it cleanly and kicks it out in the full. Looks like it'll be Delgado Fixter to bring it back in.
Well, Libby, Delgado Fixter's a veteran of this competition by now. What's the third year in this program?
Yeah, more affectionately known as Chop. Chop's a great little prodigy coming from a small little town in southern New South Wales at Coolaman. Come up well, done her apprenticeship under Giants player Erin McKinnon and is really stepping up this year in a new position in the back line.
Beautifully roved there by Cara Dada again. Can't quite control it though. New South Wales push back. Try to clear it back through this side of the field, looking for a teammate. Can't hold her feet. That was Ricky Ryan. New South Wales ACT come out with it. Geraint Zarika has some good explosive pace, but it only hits the Western Australia and Mackenzie Dowrick, who has a little shuffle step, puts it out the back to the Western Australians, and that's Kate Bartlett who's kicked that goal. So taking Western Australia's score to 4 goals to 26 to New South Wales ACT, 1 goal straight 6.
We saw a little bit of this last night, just New South Wales being a bit reactive, a bit slow to transition and just giving, creating obviously some outnumbers for the WA girls. So they've got to be able to flick that switch like they did last night, work their way back into the contest just simply through creating one-on-ones, owning that front space, putting pressure on the WA ball carrier so that they can actually wrestle the ball back and wrestle some momentum back. But we know they can do it because we saw that last night.
Libby, Delgado Fixter used to be in the ruck. They've obviously moved her into the forward line now. Or back line at the moment? What are your thoughts on that? Are they likely to move her into the ruck at any stage?
She's always an option there to help out in the ruck, but with a couple of extra tools that they've brought in with Emily Hurley, Brenna Tarrant, and obviously Lexi Hamilton doing really well in there this year. Chop seems to have found her way. I think last night she did really well in the back line, spoiling a few really, really tough ones and reading the ball quite well.
Absolutely, she was excellent. So good control here by New South Wales ACT and all over her by Western Australia. Good defensive pressure there from Schoenfeld. Little inside ball, nice little tap over the top. That was Smith bin O'Mara. Zarika wrapped up by Courtney Hodder. It's a good matchup, those two.
Yeah, it is. It's an enthralling battle between these two real live wire young talents, and they're both so pacey and agile, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
New South Wales ACT get the tap through Alexia Hamilton. As Libby mentioned, had a good night last night in the ruck work. And here we have Courtney Fabry getting the free. Puts it top of the pack. Good fly there, but great work from ACT New South Wales through Jordan Joliffe. Looks inside. She's going to get run down. That's great work from Western Australia. Play on, says he's given her a free kick, as he should. Plenty of space out in that. Well, it's not quite the wing. It's running through the centre square. This is Mackenzie Dowrick again. Loves to run and carry with the ball. Good position by Western Australia, by South Australia, New South Wales ACT in front. Britt Walker. And Western Australia put that through for a behind.
I don't mind the effort there from New South Wales to actually switch inboard. They were on there, and just a little bit lax with their communication. But if they had gotten that kick away, they were really on for an inside 50 entry. So good processes. They've just got to refine a few things. Great mark there as well, and good vision. This is Susie Rose Deegan. She'll be looking for her second, I believe, for this quarter. We've still got just under 2 minutes left. Good aerial work there from her. Very athletic. Yeah, and look, I've been really impressed with the effort from the girls to try and take the ball out in front, not take chest marks. It's been terrific. Just seems to have floated wide. No one. Oh, the player's nearly taken out the boundary umpire. It's hit the post there, so it'll be a boundary throw-in. Good result for the WA girls. They'll hit the ball, will be another 50-50 contest, and they'll be able to reset. And stoppages in close to your goals are always so dangerous and exciting.
Out the back. Western Australia can't control it. It's going to try and snap it around the corner. New South Wales ACT can't hold it. And that was Kate Bartlett looking for her second as well. Keeping that pressure on.
It's great to see Delgado Fixter out there, putting lots of instruction out there, getting people to man up.
That's Taylor McAuliffe, I think, maybe infringing in the ruck. So, Alexia Hamilton taking the kit, trying to clear it. Good positioning there by Chelsea Hamilton. It was nice that she's handed off to a sister, racking up the possessions.
And she knew exactly where she was, didn't she?
Miller Hill, gets it away, is pinged for the throw, unfortunately. Just didn't have quite control of that ball, but a free to Western Australia. 30 seconds left on the clock. They'll be looking to capitalise on these possessions. Good position in front, good spoil from New South Wales ACT. Far side of the field. Miller Hill can't control it, and Western Australia drive it back inside 50 again. Delgado fixed it from the back. Good spoil. Trying to bring it back inside. That's going to be touched and play on. Ball getting cleared through the centre of the ground. Nearly takes a good mark. And there's the siren, and as Hall and Oates would say, they're out of time. And at the end of the first quarter, we have Western Australia leading 4-3, 27 to New South Wales ACT, 1 goal straight, 6. And we're back for the second quarter of the NAB AFLW Under-18s game, Western Australia versus New South Wales ACT. Currently we have Western Australia leading 4-3, 27 to 1-6. New South Wales ACT with goal scorers for New South Wales, Jolliffe, and Western Australia, Duffy, Karadada and Bartlett with 2. Any standouts for you so far, Shiloh?
Yeah, obviously the run and the outside pace of the West Australians has been a real standout. Their structure entering inside 50 has been outstanding, and Courtney Hodde has really driven that from the midfield there. And then I think there's been a number of really strong efforts there. Sabrina Duffy, obviously down forward, has been outstanding as well when she's gone forward.
Okay, Emily Hurley's moved into the ruck position for New South Wales ACT and gets a little tap on it there, down to one of her players, clearing it forward. Beautiful work and control there from the Western Australians. Straight down. Oh, good pressure.
Great courage there from Parker. You know, we've seen a lot about her work offensively, but just that effort to put her body in front's outstanding.
Zoe Allen kicks downfield but can only find Emily Maguire from Western Australia. Again, puts it to her teammate in Michaela Bowen. Pushes back, takes a bit of time. Puts it out into the unmarked wingman.
And this is where New South Wales really has got to work hard to make sure they cover that loose player so they can't go so far forward, WA.
McAuliffe didn't quite get enough on that, and Parker pops it on the boot. She's everywhere. She reads it beautifully.
It's probably one thing Parker needs to do, though, is just get the ball a little bit lower. She's kicked a number of times really high on loopy kicks, and it just puts so much pressure on her teammates.
Out to the far side again. Western Australia take front position and try and push it forward into an unmarked player in Bowen, who handballs off to her teammate. And she celebrates. Western Australia get their first goal a minute into the second quarter. Just not sure of the player then. They take their lead, 5-3, 33 to 1-6. I think it might be Michaela Bowen.
Yeah, it was Michaela Bowen. And, you know, she had a couple of options then, but really terrific to see that she could actually, you know, she chose to commit to the goals and she finished up really well. But there are a couple of loose players there as the WA forwards sort of peeled off. And but it was really terrific that she actually chose to kick the goal herself and squared up and did the job.
Good tap down by Western Australia. Regathers. Little handball into the New South Wales ACT player. Over the top, Zarika. Good work from Hodder, reads it well. It's a little boot on it, hasn't gone 15. Play on. Oh, loses a feet, unfortunately for Western Australia. New South Wales ACT come through and clean it up. Regather by the goal scorer in Bowen. But New South Wales ACT are up to the task. Putting it back again. New South Wales, big fly from the back. Zarika. So strong at ground level. Can't quite clear it out again. Inside 50. Pops it on the boot. And that was Yaron.
She's been exciting, hasn't she? You know, she looks dangerous when she goes near the ball and her eyes light up and she's agile and she's got good touch on the football.
Good football name, Yaron, as well.
There are a number of good football names in the WA team. In fact, all their captaincy is all their leaders are actually Indigenous players for the first time ever.
I believe 12 out of the 23 are Indigenous as well, which is a great feat by Western Australia and obviously doing some great work over there. And here we have Sabrina Duffy looking for a free player. New South Wales ACT can't hold it. That's dangerous. Western Australia, good work there. And that was Schoenfeld who's kicked into the goal square. Plays on. Oh, no. And that was Susie Deegan. Probably should have taken a little bit longer. And puts it into the left upright for a behind for Western Australia.
It's a little bit too casual there, and it's, you know, you've still got to go back. You want to show AFLW recruiters that you've got good processes, and it's things like that as we see, ought to take a terrific mark there and play on very quickly. They've just got to have good processes.
This is Bowen again, snapping inside, trying to find a player. Good work from New South Wales ACT out in front. This is Valentini coming through from Western Australia. And the ball's bundled over the far side for a boundary throw in.
So WA are very quick to create the play themselves. They get the ball and they move very quickly to set up the next movement.
That looked like a bit of Newcomb. Yeah, did you come in?
I did.
Yeah,
we did. I was just trying to work out what sport that was then.
Thank you.
I was with
nailed
you, though.
it. I've nailed it.
Absolutely.
So New South Wales ACT taking it out of their 50. Haven't got good numbers. 3 to 1 on New South Wales there. Loses a feet. Western Australia hold theirs. Try to clear it. Steps inside. Good work from New South Wales ACT. No one can take it cleanly again. Ball hits the ground. Snap around the corner. And a defender back from New South Wales. She's going to keep coming. There's plenty of space, but she straightens up. Spots her free player.
They've got to come
Zoe
wide in
Allen.
New South Wales. They cannot go through the corridor and with too many open players from WA.
Kicked beautifully to space there. On this near wing now. Moving it quickly. Preventing Western Australia from getting back too soon. Fortuitous bounce there for New South Wales ACT. She's wrapped up. That's Maguire who's trying to take it out of the bottom of the pack. But the ball's bundled over and will be a boundary throw-in. Players moving from the under-18s into AFLW. Libby, you've had a few over the years?
Over the year, singular. There's a few of the girls that have come through our program. There's a good half a dozen or so that have come through the state program playing AFLW, and looking at this, there's a fair few more to come as well.
Top of the 50 again. Western Australia try to clear it. It's Maguire again. Pops it up. Sits under it beautifully. That's Lillian Doyle. Looks inside. Spots one-on-one. Oh, great read. Very well done there by Schoenfeld. Looks out into this wing. Someone off the bench, 2-on-1, but she nearly manages to take an absolute remarkable mark, and that was Michaela Bowen, who's been outstanding already today.
Yeah, she has been, and there's a lot of really good girls that are trying to get their hands out in front. They're not taking chess marks. They really want to get possession of the ball, and it's terrific to see them actually try these things at this level.
Good positioning there. Well read again by Sargent. Taken to ground. Trying to clear it out. Hodder in there, fighting hard as she always does. Good work from Doyle, driving through. Can't quite control it. Was Mackenzie Dowrick, and it's bundled over again for another boundary throw-in.
So, Libby, there's a great core group of kids, and obviously Erin McKinnon, Kate Stanton came through over the last 12 months in the AFLW level, but there's been a really strong nucleus of kids in this New South Wales program. Elise Parker, one of them, Chloe Arndt. We talk about Zarika, you've got Margot Valley, you've got Priftis. There's this great core group of kids that have been sort of on the journey with this New South Wales team, and you're starting to see it pay dividends. It must be a great feeling to see the girls out there playing so well. Yeah, definitely. And there's a couple of girls in the team, in the squad this year, that are a great example of reward for effort. So young Nikki Steele, we see working so hard down there in the back line. It's her first call up to the 18s, but she's been around the programs in junior footy in Sydney for years, really invested and worked hard in the academies, and it's great to see someone like Nikki getting rewarded with a spot in the 18s team.
I just noticed an interesting matchup with Delgado Fixter and Courtney Hodder. It's an interesting matchup. Obviously, they rate Hodder pretty highly to put someone like a tall like Delgado on her. So ball gets bundled out. Schoenfeld again.
Well, that's the thing. Hodder's work in the air has been outstanding. So let's get a tall on her and see if we can actually negate that.
Here she is again. Hodder tapping the ball along, trying to find space. She's quick. Brings it inside 50 again. Can't find a teammate. Held feet well there by New South Wales ACT. Good numbers around the ball though, Western Australia. Desperately trying to get it out. Well fed out the back by Western Australia. Can't quite get a boot on it as McAuliffe. Spotted a player out the back. Western Australia just managed to get a hand on it. Delgado Fixter. Hands it off to a player who can't control it. Don't think she was expecting it. Out the back again, Hodder. Little chip, spots her teammate in Sargent free. Runs it inside 50, pops it over the back. May run on. Doesn't quite have the legs. This is Karadata. Can't control it. Good pressure of game by New South Wales ACT. In a dangerous place now for the New South Wales ACT players, but they get it out, clear it out to the boundary. Can't quite clear it, and the ball's bundled over the boundary for a boundary line throw-in.
You see Hodder sprinting to the bench here for a rest. She probably deserves it. She's worked so hard in this first half of the game, and Yeah, not quite sure about that Delgado fixture matchup. I think Chop Chop will be very happy to have a bit of a rest from her.
So down ground to Roxanne Roux. Spots her there's a few loose players and just overcooks that straight down the throat of New South Wales ACT defender, and Zoe Allen. Little left hand chip over the top. Delgado fixed her. Out in the far wing. Western Australia take control again though. Hits the top of the 50. No one particularly in the area for Western Australia. 40 out in front. New South Wales ACT clear it out the back. 2-on-1. Western Australia on New South Wales ACT. Zarika, here she is. She's been quiet for a little while now. Back on ball. Can't clear it out cleanly. Pops it on the boot. All the numbers have pushed up. Plenty of space. New South Wales ACT, good pressure. That's Hugo Hayward. Couldn't quite clear it for the Western Australians. Really good opportunity here for New South Wales ACT. Just need a bit of support. Here comes Zarika. Something always seems to happen when she's got the ball. And that's holding the ball, but play-ons is the umpire as they push it downfield through the Sabrina Duffy's kick. Nice little handoff by McAuliffe.
There's a lovely touch of the ball then.
Step inside. Kate the Bartlett, looking very athletic. Pops it on the boot. Could run through anyway.
That's a terrific goal by Kate Bartlett.
And that's her third for the day. So a fantastic goal.
Got about 3 very kind bounces there as it ran through for a goal. But that touch from Bartlett then as she collected that ball as she ran through with such intensity is a terrific touch.
Absolutely. We'd sign her up for the Hurricanes if she gets turned like that with a cricket ball. So in Western Australia, 6 goals, 440 to 1 goal straight 6. New South Wales ACT.
At the moment, I think New South Wales really, when they go forward in their 50 like they just did then, they were just a little bit slow to transition and push numbers down there. They were almost, sort of setting up for the defensive exit. So it would be really good to see them back themselves in and really push up, make sure they've got numbers inside their 50 so they can capitalise on their entries.
Big tap down there by Caitlin Hall from Western Australia. Parker onto it. She's got 2-on-1. Now making sure she didn't make any contribution there. Overstepped. Good work there from the Western Australians. Spots her free player in Ricky Ryan. Gets right under it. Plenty of time for her players to get there. New South Wales ACT toe off the ground. Top of the 50. Straight to Roxanne Roux. No real target in mind there and plenty of space for New South Wales ACT to work with. Pops it out the back and they're away if they can get this going, but she's got 3 Western Australians beating down on, and that was Hugo Hayward. Little handoff back to Mackenzie Dowrick. Chips it inside 50. Nearly a good grab over her head by Susie Rose Deegan. And that goes out of bounds in the left pocket. So good intensity of this game. It's quite a good high-quality game from Western Australia. We're expecting there was going to be a lot of run.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're always, they're such a quick team. They've always been very agile and they're sort of up on their toes and they're almost a team of sprinters often and they've got great skills. So, when they whether they're winning, trying to win the ball back or they've got possession, they're always moving the ball nice and quickly. Makes it very difficult for opposition players to be able to sometimes keep up and trying to man up and reset. That's why stoppages often against WA are so important because they'll burn you absolutely if you give them any time and space.
So Taylor McAuliffe there with a little check side shot on goal, misses to the right for another behind to Western Australia. Just under 2 minutes left in this quarter. Great
Lovely
work
pick
from
up.
New South Wales ACT below the feet. That's Miller Hill, I would assume, from that white hair on that side of the field. It's quite difficult to see from this side. Great grab. Courtney Hodder back on the field. Immediate impact.
40-metre penalty, I think it was. New South Wales player ran through the mark there, unfortunately. Just lots going on out there. And keep in mind what this standard of football is like for many of these girls. Quickest game of football they've probably ever played. Lots going on, lots at stake in their minds. So it's very easy to make little mistakes like that.
So Courtney Hodder can only kick as far as 2 New South Wales ACT defenders. There'll be a ball up about 30 metres out directly in front of Western Australia's goals. Big tap. Can't get the ball away. That was Deegan again from Western Australia. She's been good. Dragged down without the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Top of the 50. Can't control it again. This is McKay. Great work there from Caitlin Hill from Western Australia. The umpire's found a free, which will go to Madison Ugle, the captain. Little handoff around the corner to Sabrina Duffy. She's got a good boot on her. Snap around the corner. Didn't quite have a balance right. Western Australia get another behind.
And this is what happens when you're under a lot of pressure as a team. You know, she had more time. The New South Wales defender had more time than to take that mark. But you're just always panicking because there's just so much pressure from the opposition. You're in front of goal and you drop marks, as we just saw then too. So they've got to, just as a group, just be a little bit more composed, keep talking to each other, keep encouraging each other, and take some of that perceived pressure off them.
Little tap forward there from New South Wales from Lillian Doyle. And New South Wales will be able to regroup after it's the halftime break. Western Australia currently leading 6 goals, 6-42. 1 goal straight, 6. Your players that have sort of performed well for New South Wales ACT so far, Libby Sadler.
Certainly Elise Parker always steps up. I think, as I mentioned before, I think Nikki Steele is doing a sterling job down there in the back line. It's good to see Geordie Jolliffe, who normally sits up in that forward line, working really hard out there as well to try and impact the play, and certainly Chop is running around having great impact. Fixed her out there on the game. Rachel Friend, Renee Friend, 2 sisters have both come through the program. I think Friendy's also doing some great stuff out there today.
Brilliant. With Western Australians, obviously there's quite a few girls doing well, but who are the key players for Western Australia?
Yeah, it's been a really good team effort around the ground, but look, to be honest, Hot has obviously been the standout for them through the middle part of the ground. She's always dangerous when she gets near the ball. I'm really liking the work of Yaron and the combination with Karadata as well. And then Sabrina Duffy through the middle, she's just so strong in her body, backs herself in, and so it's great to see, some of, this great team effort there from the WA group.
Absolutely, and Trent Cooper doing a great job with his team. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half of the NAB AFLW Under-18s New South Wales ACT versus Western Australia.
Every time. Oh. Yeah, they killed me. Well, Perth, like WA, AFLW and New South Wales. Well, what's this called now? So I'm trying to do that as a justice what about, what was I going to say? Are there any, is this a USB now?
And we're back for the second half of the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between New South Wales ACT and Western Australia. Western Australia currently leading 6 goals, 6-42 to 1 goal straight 6. A fair lead for Western Australia at this stage against New South Wales ACT. Charlotte, what would you be saying to the New South Wales players at this stage?
Look, keeping in mind that this competition is all about development. You know, it's not a national championship as we've seen in the past, and we've kind of gotten rid of that two-divisional structure. So, you know, WA played in the Division 1 Grand Final last year, and obviously New South Wales played in that second-tier comp. But it's really good to see that, you know, they're pretty competitive. They're just not able to get deeper inside their 50 than say, the WA girls. But certainly there's some great football being played. Go back to your structures, learn as much as you can, make sure you create the one-on-ones, and then try and win those from that starting point. But really terrific to see them, you know, showcasing their abilities, which is what this competition is all about now. It's about, you know, giving the likes of Libby Sadler over at GWS a good look at you and see what you can actually do on the footy field and what sort of person you are, so that you might get drafted in coming years or in coming months, in fact, as we head into the
and very topical
draft.
Being in draft week we are at the moment. And how are things going at GWS land, Libby? Any talent you've spotted out there today that you might be interested in?
Look, there's certainly talent out there that we'll be continuing to look at as we build towards the draft in 2017, and certainly really excited about what's to come in the future years as the AFLW competition just gets bigger and better.
Well, it's terrific to see too, Libby, the GWS, sorry, I shouldn't say GWS, but the New South Wales ACT girls actually hail from 22 different clubs here in New South Wales, and obviously in your former life doing game development at AFL New South Wales ACT, you've had a really strong hand in building the number of clubs available to be able to create this amazing talent pool here. So 22 different clubs here now represented in this under-18 state team. You must be pretty proud of that.
Yeah, certainly. I think it's a great representation of just how far and wide footy spread across New South Wales ACT. The whole organisation from top down has really invested and really engaged now with women's footy, and it certainly shows, I think, in the reflection of the number of different locations and places these girls come from.
Okay, we start the third quarter in this game between New South Wales ACT and Western Australia. Western Australia diving on the ball, can't clear it out. New South Wales ACT through Paris Crelly, push it down into their forward line. Delgado fixed her, can't manage to contain it. Chipped ahead through Ugal Hayward. Little step inside on the boundary, can't quite clear it again. Tries to, Delgado fixed her, gets in away though. And barrels her over the far boundary line.
Really good to see New South Wales come out with a bit of physicality then. You know, that's, if WA are going to play a little bit outside, New South Wales have really got to showcase their tackling abilities and try and bring that football inside through some good hard body work.
Good work there by Western Australia, bringing it down the centre of the ground, straight down the guts. Pops it over the top, inside 50, but beautiful work there from New South Wales ACT. Probably not her finest hour as she falls over enthusiastically as she's trying to push back quickly. So good that she's doing the right thing by her team.
Great processes.
Chips it over to Georgia Breward. Unfortunately, just a little bit big for her teammate and puts it straight down the throat of Mackenzie Dowrick. Good looking kick out the back. Good numbers. Big fly from the back. Can't get up high enough. This is Deegan again. And she hands it off to her teammate in Michaela Bowen, who scores her second goal for the match.
Well, terrific positioning here from the WA players as we go to the replay. You'll see the ball coming nice and high. Dowrick sets it up, puts it to the top of the hot spot. Some really good body contests in there. But as the ball comes down, you know, flies over the back of the pack, you know, the WA players just anticipated where the ball was going to fall a little bit better than the New South Wales players. And, you know, it was Bowen in the end that gets the goal, but you know, they just read where the ball was going to fall a bit better. So New South Wales just got to get better coverage around the back of the contest as well as the front, so they don't allow any easy goals like that.
So back to the middle. There's been an infringement by New South Wales. Just stepping inside that centre square before the ball up has happened. Western Australia now in possession of the ball, streaming down the far side, ignores her and drives it deep into the inside 50. Again, no one can pick it up. Tries to tap it through, was Duffy. Couldn't get connection on it. Back inside again. Deegan's been busy, but she can't clear it. New South Wales ACT put it down the back. Nearly a good mark at the back there by Sargent. Can't hold on to it. Nearly worth paying. Diving on, pops it out the back again. Western Australia. Push again. Great work there by New South Wales ACT. That's Parker, I would think. Kicks it beautifully. Trying to look for Zarika. Bit of a match-up. She's hasn't quite got the height that Mackenzie Dowrick's got, and she drives it again. And a little hand in the back. So it's good umpiring there by Miller Hill.
Now, Miller Hill's created that because she's just worked to the front spot better and she's forced the error from the forward player to win the ball. So well done to Miller Hill.
Overrun by Hodder. Can't pick it up cleanly again was Dowrick. New South Wales ACT have the ball and the umpire's going to ball it up.
Libby, tell us about Miller Hill. She's been in the program for a few years, obviously played state regional representative games.
Yeah, Blaze has come along really well. I was actually just reminiscing that I had a chat to her dad. Blaze is going to miss out in the 2017 draft by a big 6 days in 2017, but she's certainly developing well in the 18s program, and I think another year, especially with this expanded version of the 18s, will be great for her footy development.
Dowrick's really come of age here. She's getting a lot of possessions, taps it forward for a teammate in Bowen. Both of them putting a lot of pressure on the defenders for New South Wales. Is Georgia Breward chipping it out, can't quite get it cleanly to Maggie Gorham. Western Australia get the turnover. Good handballing. Steps back inside Sargent. Good pressure from New South Wales ACT. Big pack and well roved. That was Yaron. Couldn't quite get it far enough as she snaps it over her shoulder. Clearing it out the back, New South Wales ACT. Good hands again. Still in dispute. Popping it out the back, giving herself a little bit of space. Left foot by Kate Bartlett. And she's been instrumental today in that forward line. She really wants to score some goals. That's her 4th for the day.
Well, she's just really dangerous, isn't she, when she goes forward? And it's about positioning yourself at the front of the contest. And we spoke about that with that last goal. You know, how WA structure up around the contest inside 50s, you know, gives them the best opportunity to win the crumbing ball if they haven't won the air ball. So, you know, and that's where Bartlett's just been terrific. Her work at ground level below her knee has been outstanding. So, great reward for effort, making sure you play to your structures. And structures will get you a kick, you know, and as we're seeing, you know, they're some pretty good kicks if she's getting 4 goals.
Big tap down by the Western Australian McAuliffe. Pops it back through the middle. This would be Duffy. Pops it on the boot. Doesn't quite get it as well as she can. Hasn't gone 15. She plays on is Tarrant from New South Wales. Good work there by the Western Australian. In and under was Courtney Fabry. New South Wales pushing it back. That's Dorizzi. Couldn't control the mark. Opportunity for New South Wales ACT, but Western Australia move it quickly. Good work by Zarika. Really puts her head over the ball.
That's great courage from Zarika there. She's a pretty fearless character, isn't she? Obviously, we know about her rugby background, but she's a tough kid and really lovable kid, really energetic, enthusiastic about her football and what she does and her teammates. So no surprises she puts her body on the line for her teammates like that.
Great work there from Emily Hurley. Driving it forward, trying to put some pressure on the Western Australians. Playing on very quickly is Western Australia, but they've
got there's a free kick. They brought it back maybe for too high on the fend-off, I think. That was interesting. One umpire actually called, played the advantage, and the other umpire actually was calling for the head-high fend-off. So I'd have thought she had the opportunity to keep running, and the umpire was going with that. She almost convinced them, but the other umpire made sure they brought the ball back. So New South Wales got a great opportunity here to get a shot on goal. They've got to make the most of this opportunity.
Okay, and that's Zoe Allen trying to find a teammate. Doesn't quite hit a target. Great pressure from New South Wales ACT there. Desperate to get down to their goals.
It's what we want to see, this great pressure inside 50 to keep the ball trapped in there.
Good numbers back here.
There's an opportunity here.
Runs onto it beautifully. Is New South Wales ACT, I think.
It was
Lillian Doyle.
Yep. Yeah, so terrific work. And I spoke at the other end of the ground, Libby, about, you know, how important positioning is. Libby Doyle there just gets to the front of the ball and hits the crumbs. Great shot on goal from just being in the right spot.
Yeah, great effort there from Lily. It's great to see a Grafton girl and the growth of that footy coming from the northern end of the state. Lily's first crack at this under-18s Rams team, so great to see her read the ball so well and get herself a reward there.
And really good work from New South Wales ACT. I also recognise that they had outnumbered them if they put it out over the back. So Delgado Fixter was down there in case it came out the back, and good numbers. So well done, New South Wales ACT. It's always a learning experience, these games. So a little chip ahead, Western Australia trying to go forward. Back inside. That's Roxanne Rue. Again, finds her teammate, tries to slow things down. I'm just going to take her time, run the clock down.
She thinks she's within range here. She's probably going to kick it from about 40 metres. So inside 30, we say in female football, even AFLW, legitimate scoring opportunities. So maybe she's a bit beyond her range, but she backs herself in here, and it's great to see the kids play with such confidence.
It's good that she's got a kicking routine as well. We noticed that a little bit last night, that the girls just rushed a little bit before they could went in their kicking routine, and even today, I suppose, down at the other end they were rushing it through. So another behind for Western Australia. Bartlett can't convert.
It's really important to make sure you've got a really solid set shot routine. I think a lot of us don't actually ever practice that. A lot of coaches don't spend time doing that. Played on and had another shot, and she's just kicked it. Everyone stopped, and she's taken the advantage and finished off her work from earlier. Well done there to number 15 in Kate Bartlett. Is that number 5 for the day?
That's 5 for her today, and she just seems to want to find the goals, doesn't she? She's doing a great job, and obviously that's her job. She's a forward, so she's certainly doing the right thing by her team today. She's been very effective.
Well, that's what they get paid the big bucks for, Jules, to kick those goals if they're down the forward line at the under-18 AFL Championship. So, look, terrific effort. I mean, these kids are playing for. There's, I guess, the opportunity for them is to showcase what they're about, what their point of difference is, what's their X factor, and Kate Bartlett certainly showing that today. Good
tap forward by New South Wales ACT. No one can pick it up cleanly. That's Parker. Try to clear it from that congestion. Back on her feet, gets it again, palms someone off, has no one to kick to. Has another look, pops it on the left boot. Western Australia can't take it cleanly. That was Garston.
That was well done by the New South Wales player. She knew she was outnumbered there and she just fought to get the ball over the boundaries. A really smart setup because now they reset, they structure up, they put some numbers back behind the contest for the quick kick out of the stoppage, but they try and win the ball first of all, creating a 50-50, and they get a shot on goal potentially. And no one contesting that ruck, so that was a win to Hamilton, straight down to Zurika. No one else in competition with her. I think they thought it was actually going to be a boundary throw-in. So I think so.
So hand it off. This is Duffy. Drives it down ground, just over the back. Well read. Beautiful work from Bowen. New South Wales can't put enough pressure on it, so she couldn't quite get an effective kick away. Dribbles through, though. Gets cleaned up by Georgia Brewer. Gets a little hand on it, pops it out the back. Good support there from a teammate and Britt Walker. Western Australia clean it up, though. Roxanne Rue puts it on the boot. Puts a little half volley in. Tough work for the Western Australian forwards. On that far side, dragged down by by New South Wales. Roxanne Rue again. Tries to snap it around the corner. New South Wales with front position. Good work in clearing it back down the ground. Delgado fixed up. Picks it up below her knees. The big tall from New South Wales ACT. Chips it out to her teammate in Wrigley. Puts on the boot. Good passage of play this from New South Wales. Just got it over the back. She's going to get caught. And that's Paris Crelly. There's no one back at the moment for New South Wales. They can just get possession here. They can put it on the boot and hit it over the back of the defenders in Western Australia. Have really pushed up the ground.
They've got an opportunity here in New South Wales. They've got an outnumber here up on the half-forward line.
So, Western Australia. Oh, good work. It's a little bit of a soft landing on the New South Wales player in Tarrant there. A little handball off. Ricky Ryan gives it off. Good pressure there from New South Wales ACT. We've got Karadada. Gets on the boot. Mark's been paid. Spots a loose player. Looks again. Spots another good work from New South Wales ACT.
Great
Took their time. Lillian Doyle, great body work from New South Wales ACT there. Hot up. Whacks it on the boot. Not before Crelly gives her a little bit of a workover and a good grab from behind.
Oh, Elise Parker got a hand on that. I'd be asking the question if I was her.
This is Deegan calling for a lead. Not getting one. Handing off to a teammate in Karadada. And hits her teammate in Smith bin O'Mara. Big kick. Oh, great work. 2-on-1. Beautiful work there by Deegan. She's got her workloads are amazing. She's pushing through all the time. She started that whole process.
Well, I guess that's what you need to do as a forward. You know, you've got to make sure you've got repeated effort running here.
That's not the best defending in the world from the New South Wales ACT, letting a forward sneak out on her own, but probably should have actually taken the shot herself, Deegan.
Yeah, probably should have gone back and had the set shot, or, you know, have a bit more conviction with that kick to pass it off. I know she was just trying to pull it short, but, you know, just need to be a bit more convincing with that.
Deegan again. Good in the air. Looking for a spare player. Out the back. Beautiful work from Parker. Chips over the top. A little bit, like you said before, a little bit aerial, but Delgado fixed her. Puts the pressure back on Western Australia. Helps them clear it out. Good work by Brewer and a big hit from Western Australia. And the defenders, that's Bowen. Trying to get back in. Zurika. Right on the half-forward line. New South Wales ACT clear it. And they get a good lead. Handball out quickly. Wasn't expecting it, unfortunately, for Alexia Hamilton. Pops it out to Paige Nash. And clears it down, but straight down to Western Australia's throat.
And they're the sort of mistakes you make if you're just under pressure all the time and you're a bit fatigued as well. You know, it's late in the second half, and you start to make these silly little errors where when you've had lots of pressure on you the whole time, you can't control the play yourself because you're so reactive. So really good credit to WA. They've put so much pressure on them.
Georgia Brewer did some great work there and then just wasted the kick, hitting it to her straight down the throat of Western Australia. She had some good movement there. And good option from Western Australia. Clear it out wide here to Dowrick. She's been effective, not one of her better kicks. South Zarika wrapped up. And it's going to be a ball up about 10 metres inside Western Australia's forward 50. Good work from New South Wales ACT, and there's the siren for the end of the third quarter. Western Australia leading 9 goals, 8-62 to New South Wales's 2 goals straight. We have Kate Bartlett, who has 5 goals so far. Michaela Bowen, 2 goals. Duffy and Caradado, all with a goal apiece for Western Australia. And Jolliffe, Alexia Hamilton and Doyle, all with 1 goal each. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes for the fourth quarter in this NAB AFLW under-18s game between New South Wales ACT and Western Australia. And we're back for the fourth quarter in the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between New South Wales ACT and Western Australia. Currently, Western Australia having a 50-point lead over the New South Wales ACT team. What needs to happen from here, Shiloh Curtis, to get New South Wales ACT back in the match? As you said before, it doesn't matter if they don't win.
No, they're just got to play to their structures. I mean, every game they play is all about learning. It's about developing, putting little things in your arsenal that you can take with you moving forward and impress the likes of Libby Sadler over at the GWS Giants. So a bit like that, we just saw from Delgado Fixter, holding that front spot, attacking the footy, winning the clearances.
And couldn't quite get it away, unfortunately, but a great move by the New South Wales ACT to put Delgado Fixter into the forward line and get some height and some drive there.
Yeah, and Delgado Fixter, they'll go back and they'll look at that tape and they'll talk with her about her decision-making in that situation, as we see Sabrina Duffy just stream through the middle for a few bounces. She wants to have a shot on goal herself here.
Can't quite grab the mark. Oh, nearly had the hands on it. Western Australia driven to the ground. And a free kick given away, a little bit unlucky there.
But it is. I mean, these teams will go back and they'll watch the vision. Every team gets the vision. They'll have a good look at it. They'll correct their mistakes. The coaches will coach through these mistakes, because that's where the opportunity is to learn and grow and develop and make sure that when you get to AFLW level, you've got the least number of mistakes. As Bartlett comes in, I think, to kick her 6th goal, is it?
Yep.
And
straight through.
She kicks that straight through. Gee, she's a lovely straight shot at goal. She was standing almost right in front of us here, and there was no deviation, no movement, very purposeful ball drop, and absolutely made sure that was an absolute gimme for us. So 6 goals for Kate Bartlett, just an outstanding effort. And Kate Bartlett, a top ager this year, so I'm sure Michelle Cowan is back at home in Perth, rubbing her hands together, looking forward to getting another good key forward like Kate Bartlett in her hands at Fremantle for the coming AFLW season.
No doubt. I don't think you need to be giving Kate Bartlett any free kicks that close to goal either.
Definitely not. Make her work for them. Put them hard up against the boundary. She'd probably kick them as well.
Absolutely. And just a bit of a shout out to Jazz My Waffles for supplying the commentators today with a little bit of a feed. We appreciate it, and keeping our energy high for today, just like the girls out there. So free kick being found by the umpire.
A free kick for Jasmine Waffles as well.
Pushing it out into this near wing. Can't grab it. A little bit of pressure there from New South Wales. Obviously heard the players breathing down her neck. Sargent from Western Australia. This is Dorizi. Gets it inside. Wheels around onto the left boot. That's Dowrick again. New South Wales pushing back. Little snap around the corner. And that's a great goal to Madison Yarran from Western Australia. She's been trying to do that all day, and she's just been in range for the first time. So one of her strengths seems to be that kick over the shoulder.
She's just so agile and quick. And what I'm really enjoying today, we spoke earlier, an all Indigenous leadership team with the WA team. I think it was 13, is it, out of their, or 12 out of their squad playing today are Indigenous. The product of, I guess, some programs that have been put in place to make sure that, you know, our Indigenous talent, particularly in a state like WA, is coming to the fore. And the Kickstart National Champs that happen every April now, and the Diversity Championships, we've got the All Nations as well as the Indigenous National Champs. And so many of the players in this WA team have been found through those Kickstart Championships. And we saw Danielle Ponta last week, as well as Courtney Hodder, who is just obviously a standout for WA. So amazing result, I guess, or return on the investment as we see her go around again as well. Just terrific effort from WA to find such talent in this state. So
Deegan, little chip inside, but Bartlett not again. Skaggs, what can I say? Just dropping them all.
What can she not do, I should say, because, wow, Bartlett is just, what an absolute talent. And Libby, you know, she's in Sydney for a couple of days. It might be worth having a chat to her before Michelle Cowan gets home and gets on the phone.
I might just let Bartlett enjoy her footy and being a 17-year-old, but certainly I think everybody's looking at these 18 championships across the board just to see what talent's out there across, you know, every state and territory. And it's really exciting this year to see that there's a full representation of every state and territory in the 18s champs. It gives everybody in AFLW a really good opportunity to see the talent that's coming through over the next couple of years.
And terrific to see your favourite, Jules, Karadada in the ruck.
There's Sonia, and a good tap straight up. Hodder quite desperate to get the ball again. She's got some good pace, and here she goes, driving it forward, tries to find a teammate, but New South Wales ACT have read that beautifully. Unfortunately, couldn't quite control it. Again, trying to clear it. Can't get it on the boot. Good pressure from Fabry. Closing speed. Amazing. Over the shoulder, Deegan. Will it bounce for her? Unfortunate bounce for New South Wales ACT, but they managed to keep it out. Valentini squats it over the far pocket.
Let's talk about Hodder's effort there through the middle. It was 3 efforts before she got her hands on the ball to win that ball, and then the change of pace to take away and stream forward. And then as the ball was exiting the forward 50, she was the one who planted the tackle to make sure it stayed in there, and she's exactly the reason why the ball is where it is right now. Great example of what you need to do as a really dangerous midfielder.
Pops it out the back. McAuliffe tries to get it over the shoulder. Good grab there. Settles it down by Parker. Plenty of space over this side of the field, and she chooses to go that way, but can't clear the head of Michaela Bowen.
I want to see the New South Wales girls just slow it down a little bit, really think through the decision-making, control the pace of the game, and really give their teammates time to really get some separation from their direct opponent so they can actually hit up mark, keep the ball in their possession by taking good marks.
So Bowen going through her kicking routine. Drops the leg out a little, get a bit more distance, and a good mark in front.
And I think that's Deegan on the line.
Been paid. And that's where you need your defenders coming through with those fists just to try and really mess with that. And that's put through for Western Australia's 13th goal. So they're now 13-8-86 to 2 goals straight, 12.
So, Libby, we're talking about these championships being around development. We see opportunities like that. She should have punched, the New South Wales defender should have punched the ball to bring the ball to ground, but didn't. They'll go back, look at the vision and teach these kids a lot about this stuff. But I guess for you guys at GWS, what are the sorts of things that you expect or you want to see from your kids, to be able to draft them? What processes do you want them to have?
You want to see them just go out there and attack the footy. Be able to receive the messages that their coaches give them and certainly roll out the gameplay, play for each other. And certainly at the Giants, we're about the full package. We want to see girls who've got the right attitude and certainly the right cultural pieces that we hold really strong at the Giants.
So Hodder to Duffy. Good little handball, the 1-2. Back from Hill. Pops it on the boot at the back. Good front position. Can't quite clear it out. Dangerous position here for Bowen. She's been good again today. Another snap over the shoulder. So Michaela Bowen, I think that's her 3rd for today.
Well, the WA girls seem to have a bit of a compass in their foot. They just know exactly where the goals are. They like that snap over the shoulder. It's almost like they line up with dead centre of the goals and kick it straight back over their own heads. It's really wonderful to watch, and what I'm really enjoying is the WA girls are working hard to hold front spot in their forward line and give themselves first opportunity with the ball, and it's paying dividends for them.
So an 80-point difference now, Western Australia over New South Wales ACT with just under 7 minutes to go in this final quarter. The NAB AFLW Under-18s Championship. Okay, Western Australia run it out of their midfield, find space here on the near wing. Well controlled by Bowen, the goal kicker. Pops it on the boot, inside 50, big fly from the back. That was McAuliffe, but couldn't take it. Pops out the back, New South Wales in Crelly. Running it out the far side.
It was well done from Crowley. She looked back to see if there was an option, no one there, and she wrong-footed her opponent, went herself.
Hugo Hayward just too quick there for Chloe Arndt. Runs circles around her and drives it back down the line. Here comes McAuliffe again. She's been effective today, looking for a teammate, and Kate Bartlett. Got to keep the ball away from her if you're from New South Wales ACT.
Well, they've just got to be tighter on her. Her opponent had, Bartlett has been able to create far too much separation from her direct opponent, and whether it is Gorham or not, I'm not sure, but, she was probably the closest player to her, but she's just far too loose.
Good front position there. Lexi Hamilton's been really good again today. She was good last night. And a good backing up performance today in ruck, sharing it with Emily Hurley. The ball up, far side of the field. Still inside 50 for the Western Australians. Big drive forward. Out the back. Looking for some teammates. West Australia just pop it on the boot again. Is there anyone back? Oh, and they've got another goal. They just can't miss. Well, in fact, they've missed 8 times, but other than that, they can't miss today. So that's West Australia 15-8, 98 to 2 goals straight, 12. You sure who the goal scorer was then, Charlotte?
No, they didn't seem to tap too many people on the shoulder then, so it was a bit hard to pick who did kick that goal. But I guess, it is quite a team effort from what we're seeing with the WA girls today, and that's really nice to see. They're sharing the load. They're not trying to do it all themselves. They're happy to hand pass laterally to the loose player, to the spare one that they've got, and that share the load around each other. It's not like there's been one. I know Bartlett's obviously kicked so many goals, but that's come through the work rate of so many to be able to create those opportunities, and it's really great to see the girls being able to bring their teammates into the game and make their teammates actually, look even better. So fantastic team effort from the WA girls.
Driven forward again there by Hamilton. Good in the ruck today. Very effective. Holding the play up. Umpire gives the free. New South Wales ACT need to take this quickly. Zarika closest to the ball. Looks to play on. Pops on the left boot, but unfortunately for her, straight down a Western Australian's throat.
They've got to transition into defence here. New South Wales have allowed far too many players there to be loose.
Sonia Durizzi spots a player in heel free but can't grab it, and she's wrapped up by Roxanne Rue. Zarika, they've obviously identified her as a threat. And there'll be a ball up on this wing.
So some tired New South Wales bodies out there. Obviously, they backed up after playing last night. So WA first game for them, so they're nice and fresh, got fresh legs, but the New South Wales girls look pretty tired at the moment.
It was Ugal, little scoop up, couldn't control it again. Madison Yaron at the back there. Ball pops out the back, little handball, try to clear it. That's Parker, trying to do the best for a team. Good work, got to move it quickly. Drives it inside. Oh, beautifully read. Again, that was read by Emily Maguire. Parker, get another possession here. Just taps it forward, clever. Channeling my Bruce McAvaney there, sorry. Little handoff, manages to get a hand onto it. Here goes Duffy again. Is it Duffy on that far side? She loves a run. Good position, but there's been a free kick found.
And it's for downfield for a late push on Duffy, I think that was, on the wing. She loves a good run, though, Duffy. Gets that ball and eyes light up. I've got some grass and away I go. And great courage from Jordan Jolliffe to then, drop back with the flight of the ball and take that mark. Now they've got to spread really hard here, New South Wales, to get the ball out.
Tarrant couldn't hit a target. Step back inside. Well done there by Doyle. Pops it on the left boot, out the back. They could be away here. They've got numbers. Good pressure. This is Pickett. Turns around the corner, chats with a teammate.
Great football names. Pickett, Bartlett. We've got there was a cracker in the squad but not playing.
Duffy finds a teammate. In Rue. Downfield again. Another free. Play on, says the umpire. I've got a feeling that this is Deegan. And she just misses cross-field, across the face of the goals for another behind.
Well, she's either got to make a decision to have a shot on goal there or pass off to a teammate. And she was sort of halfway between both decisions there, so just needs to be a little bit smarter there.
Well read there by Deegan. Couldn't quite hold on to it, and it could have been dangerous, but that's going to be a boundary throw-in the far pocket. So New South Wales ACT not out of danger yet. Western Australia hoping to probably crack that 100 on the scoreboard.
And obviously no time on in these competitions and these championships, so it's 15-minute flat quarters, so only a minute left or so on the clock.
Umpire balling it up again. Plenty of players around the ball. Big tap forward from Western Australia. No one can grab it. Zarika. If you're going to have anyone, it would be Zarika or Parker in this team to get that ball out. Doing a great job. New South Wales again, pushing forward.
There was a hole there. They've got an opportunity here late in this quarter. There's only 40 seconds left, so they've got to move the ball really quickly, and they do that. Pushing forward, almost Delgado Fix to take the mark with one hand almost.
Clears it out the back, though. She's trying to look for a part. Delgado Fix was still on here. Can't quite clear it out. Western Australia, great job.
And they're going to
But
get a
straight
mark
down
here.
the throat of Paris Crelly.
Well, go back, get your set shot routine ready. The siren is probably going to go. Go back through your routine, line it up, and finish it off in a really strong way.
So she's going to be kicking this from about 40 out. So, Libby, I'm not sure if you know what her distance is.
Look, let's get Chop to catch that. Oh, great effort.
And a good sort of last quarter there from New South Wales ACT. They really rallied towards the end there, but finished up Western Australia 15-9, 99 to New South Wales ACT 2 straight 12.
And obviously a big task for the New South Wales ACT girls, developing state in terms of in the football sense. Been playing in the Division 2 competition of this championships in its former life. Now moved up. It's the first time, I think, since 2010, maybe 2011, that New South Wales ACT have actually played against WA. So, there's a lot of unknown for both teams. They probably didn't know what to expect, and even in friendly games, they wouldn't have played against each other. So, the New South Wales girls would have been really excited to play against one of the Division 1 teams and learn and see where they're at against some of the more developed football states. So they'll get that opportunity to come in July as well to play against I think Vic Country, Vic Metro, which they wouldn't have done beforehand, and they'll be really excited by the challenge, and why not? Because these championships, they're all about development. They're all about showcasing what you can do right now and learning about what you need to improve on.
And speaking of showcasing, best on for Western Australia. Who are your thoughts?
Oh, well, it's pretty hard to go past Hodder. I mean, she's so exciting through the middle. We always talk about midfielders, though, being the showcased player. But, look, obviously Bartlett was terrific forward and kicking her 6 or 7 goals in the end. But, look, I think, Bartlett was in a great position because it was just tremendous feed from Hodder. And what I like about Hodder is she's really balanced. She doesn't just try and blaze away and bomb. She tries to bring her teammates into the game with good ball usage. She's happy to go laterally. She does the 1%ers, puts her body on the line and protects her teammates. So she's a really lovely, well-rounded player. So for me, I'm going to go past Bartlett. I'm going to give it to Courtney Hodder today, just simply because of how balanced her game is.
Outstanding. The best on, do you think, for New South Wales ACT, Libby?
Look, Parker, as always, has an outstanding game, and certainly rightly the captain this year for the team, and always leads from the front. But some outstanding performances definitely from Zarika. It's great to see her on the footy pitch and just playing some really great natural footy that she sort of plays with that rugby league sidestep that she's got, a little bit of that touch footy, Oztag spin move. It's great to see Haneen out there, and Georgia Breward from up north, I think, plays a really nice, clean, smart game of footy as well.
Great stuff. So well done to the Western Australians defeating New South Wales ACT today. And we'll be back tomorrow for Western Australia versus Queensland, which will be a fantastic game to look forward to at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So the NAB AFLW Under-18s continuing tomorrow at 11 a.m. Look forward to you then.